All right, so I showed you the place before, and now I'm gonna kind of show you my setup and what equipment I'm using. If you want to know like the best equipment to use, I'm sure there's tons of YouTube videos on that. But for now, I'm just gonna show you kind of what I have. I'm going to be really basic. I actually have a really nice camera, a Sony A70 or something like that, but I just find it's more complicated to put footage onto the SD card, then load it up. It just adds an extra step. And what I realized is one of the big things that was stopping me from making any content was what is called friction sometimes. Things that make it unnecessarily hard. So think about if you want to go to the gym, but you don't have good trainers. If you want to go to the gym, but it's too far away. If you want to go to the gym, but you don't want everyone looking at you. A lot of analogies with the gym, but I think it carries. So you want to reduce that friction. So for me, it was like, how do I streamline this process? How do I make it as quick to set up, as quick to shoot, and as quick to edit as possible? Because those are all things that are going to hinder how much I want to do it. And the thing is, I want to focus on the content I'm creating. I want to focus on trying to make something valuable for people that watch. And I say it all the time, Seth Godin, make work that matters for people that care. I don't want to spend my time setting things up. So here very quickly, what I have is one light. I think it's called a key light. I've actually got two of these, but I only use one. Again, lack of friction. I have the table set up. I have my laptop here normally because that's what I'm looking at. I'm busy editing one of the videos now. But normally that's just got my notes on whatever it is I'm talking about. So this most recent one that I'm doing is how to survive a night shoot, and it's got a lot of science, and that's kind of what excites me, science stuff. So I have it there so I can read off there if need be. I don't actually ever read. It's more as a checkpoint. So I'll do a piece, look there. And I've noticed a lot of YouTube videos basically are people talking and then it goes like cut and you see them pick up again. It's slightly different, and it's called in the industry I've just gone blank. I'll maybe use one of those cuts now to make me sound like I'm not stupid, but it's called a jump cut, where it's the same camera angle, but instead of being here, then when I come back, I'm over here. It's a little bit jarring on the eye, but YouTubers use it quite effectively so they can break down the content they're making into segments. Because what I realized, you just start talking, you go like, where have I gone now? So I write it out and I script it, but then it's kind of more the gist of the idea. So if I can show you, I'll go here. It's always in my notes, so it's on the computer. I realize you're just looking at me at the moment. How to survive a night shoot. So there we go. Let's open this up. So that's not the right one. That's the equipment ideas. So here's all my scripts. So I have it here, and these different segments give me nice breaks of when I can stop and go, okay, gather your thoughts because we can do a jump cut. Okay, so back to the equipment. Table, the laptop, the tripod goes here. And again, I'm using my phone instead of the camera because it's easier. One key light plugged in there, and that's it. And the reason I chose this way, I showed you in the other video, I've got a very small one-bed apartment. I have a garden, but the problem is the noise. Noise is really, really irritating. So getting a good microphone is a good idea, but also you're just working now. I got someone who lives upstairs, someone who lives next door, someone who does the lawnmower outside on Saturdays. So that part's a little bit tricky. But the other thing I use is, I'm using my AirPods at the moment, but I use this, I'll probably cut here too. So yes, microphones. The one I like is this Rode Go. It has this part that you keep on you, and you just have a lapel mic. And then this part is what goes in, and this is the great part. You can go into a camera with that connector, but actually with this, it goes straight into your iPhone, which is great, but you do have to buy this different connector, which has a black and a gray part. I may do another video about the equipment, but the point being is I'm running a pretty minimal shop here to, again, avoid friction, get content out as much as I can. And as you can see, I don't think it looks bad. I think I could probably do with a light down there, but again, this is what the problem is. It feels like you end up comparing yourself to loads of other YouTube videos, and if anything I've learned is that comparison is the thief of joy. And another great thing is that, or thing I've heard, is that perfection is I'll remember it in a second. Yes. Perfection is the enemy of good. And what that means is basically you won't do anything if you're waiting for it to be perfect all the time. You'll just sit and do nothing. And if I'm honest, my stunt career followed a very similar pattern. I never wanted to post anything I was working on because I was like, why would I bother? There's guys that are ex-Olympic gymnasts, so why do they want to see me doing a back tuck? There are Taekwondo #1s in the world, so why would I want to show that? The #1 wushu guys that can do different forms with different weapons, and I didn't want to do anything. And that's not the right attitude, I don't think. So that's where I'm at. This is my setup, as you can see, very simple. Chair in the middle of the room, one bed flat, a tripod, iPhone, key light, and microphone. The other thing I have, you may have seen on here, is Dreams and a clicker, and that's because the cat loves to annoy me and scratch the furniture and things like that. So I have to then start training him because that's the only way he stops doing that stuff. So that's my setup.